Good morning, all. I'm Dr. Madhav Rate from STEM Medica India. We providing stem cell therapy for various diseases, and our protocols are unique and result based. So today we are talking about the misconceptions of stem cell. There are a lot of myths and misconceptions regarding stem cells. Lot of controversies. So we can discuss a little bit about all these myths and misconceptions. The first myth is stem cell therapy is not legal. So initially, when stem cell therapy was in initial conditions, first stage, in that way they using the clinics and research center using embryonic stem cells, which is derived from embryo. So in that case, it was seen in preclinical study, animal study, especially in rat model, that there was a formation of teratoma tumor, benign tumor, and there was also different side effects in few uh, animal models. It was seen that there is chances of cancer growth, and these embryonic stem cells are most powerful. So people's few centers unethically using that one for human cloning also. And to get the source, we have to destroy the embryo. So that is also one illegal way. That all attached to embryonic stem cells. But there are other sources like adult autologous stem cells, which can be used from patient own body, and that the sources are bone marrow, then adipose tissue, blood. So in that case, if we getting stem cells derived from bone marrow or adipose tissue on same day, and immediately we if we transplant or infuse that one, then that is the legal. That doesn't require FDA permission or anything, because we using patient owned stem cells which is derived from patient body, and we are not manipulating the procedures, we are not expanding that cells, we are not culturing that cells, we just get the cells, centrifuge it, separate the concentrated one and re-inject it back. So there is a no using of growth factor or any kind of other cytokines, anything. So there is no alteration of properties of that cells, or there is no alteration of types of cells, or not any genetic manipulation. So these are completely safe, and all clinics, as per my knowledge, especially our clinic, we are practicing in a safer way. We using adult autologous stem cells which were not expanded or cultured. Second myth is stem cells for treatments are harvested from embryos. Already I discussed in a first point that there are a lot of other sources of stem cell isolations, like adult stem cells, umbilical cord tissue, then Wharton jelly. So embryonic stem cells, it is actually having controversy and ethical concerns. So regularly it's not in a practice. Third myth is stem cells need to be banked at birth to allow for later treatment. That's not necessary actually. This when the baby born, the parent preserving this umbilical cord blood or Wharton jelly or placenta for stem cell isolation and preservation. And later on in a future, if the baby has a problem or any family member having a problem, that could be used, but that's not necessary. Regularly, the centers using adult stem cells, which is derived from bone marrow adipose tissue. That source is available at any time, and we can do the procedure at any time. Hardly the patient got admitted on the day. On second day, we can do the procedure. So there is no need of preservation required. Fourth myth is bone marrow is the best source of stem cells. Yeah, it's partially it's right, but there are other sources too, and it depends on the indications, autoimmune disorder conditions, and types of diseases, which cell or which source we should have to use. There are other sources, adipose stem cells, they derive from fat tissue. That is also a great source of mesenchymal stem cells. Then Wharton jelly, umbilical cord, umbilical blood. These sources are also most potential. Fifth myth, misconception, and that's most important, is stem cell therapy is unsafe. The risk of adult stem cells is minimal when we using autologous adult stem cells, because this is the source and we derive these cells from patient bone marrow or adipose tissue, and that is patient's own stem cells. So there is no risk of contamination of that cells, or transfer of any other diseases like HIV, hepatitis B, SCV, like this, because this is patient own stem cells and we using for a patient. So the risk of transferring infection, it's completely prevented. Secondly, the rejection issue. These stem cells could not be rejected because there is no chance of autoimmune or auto rejection, because this is patient own stem cells and patient body can accept their own part. So this is also we discuss. Other things are increased risk of heart attack or any other diseases. So these are also not a valid point, because we using cells which is in completely normal environment in a bioseptic technique. So heart attack and all these things is not a valid point, I think so. But there are chances if we using adipose stem cells and if it is not properly separated, because this is the fat and we using uh, fat cells. If there would be any clumps, there would be any fat debris remain in that cells, so chances of embolization is more when we injected these cells by intravenous route. And there are a couple of cases noted already. So using adipose derived or fat derived stem cells and that injecting through intravenous route is a quite difficult and riskful procedure. It's because of embolism, fat embolism, pulmonary embolism, and patient could be a collapse in a hospital immediately. So this should be need a proper this should need a proper isolation technique. Rest injecting by intramuscular route, intrathecal way, that is not create the problem. Myth number 6 or misunderstanding, stem cell therapy is unproven. See, stem cell therapy is a new science, new technique, and it's under research base. Research is going on continuously. In case of leukemia, bone marrow stem cell transplant, that is completely prone, and it's a conventional line of treatment also. For other indications like autism, then post-stroke conditions, spinal cord injury, muscular dystrophy, kidney failure, liver cirrhosis, etc., etc. The research is going on, and it was shown a promising result in a few clinical trials that stem cells has great potential, but uh, that should be proved by using clinical trials on large scale. In orthopedic indications also, these stem cells are showing very promising result, especially in knee cartilage regeneration and other orthopedic non-union, etc. So it's ultimately a patient decision and doctor decision that what they should do. For example, if one patient having knee cartilage regeneration and it's completely lock knee and he is not willing to do knee replacement surgery, so what else he have? He is suffering from pain every day, so he should have to take the painkiller every day. That is not completely advisable because these NSAID, steroid, these medications have a side effect and it is not completely safe. I am not against this routine line of treatment, but there is also pros and cons. So we have to calculate that one also.